Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 24 of NWA Chicago. We are just 1 week away from Starrcade, the biggest show of the wrestling year. As the children say, it is going to be lit. It is going to actually be week 4 of December, Monday, so it's not truly 1 week away. Ideally, what we would do is we would hold it on Monday and show it on Tuesday, but in the game, you can't delay events. They have to be live. So, unfortunately, the event will be shown on Monday. The reason it is going to be held on Monday is because we have a number of superstars on our roster who do not work Tuesdays with us. I've had to work around so many different workers working for so many different companies, namely Cody. Cody works for a bunch of different companies, and Monday, at this point, Monday is like the only day that he can work for us, despite him being the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He works for other companies that he is not the champion instead of working for us. And it's not even New Japan and ROH. It's some smaller companies. I can't remember if it's NOAH or Pro Wrestling 01. I think it's Pro Wrestling 01 that he works for on Tuesdays instead of working for the company in which he's the fucking face of. So Monday will be Starrcade. That also allows us to get back Matt Cross. Matt Cross hasn't been on the program in a while because he works other shows on days when we're taping, as well as Taji Ishimori. Taji Ishimori hasn't been on the show in a long time because, once again, he works other shows on the days that we're taping. So we're looking to get those guys back for this show, especially Cody, because he is integral as he is the champion. So without any further introduction of the show, let's run it. The show opens with Billy Corgan in the ring, and Corgan says, "Welcome once again to NWA Main Event Showcase. We are just 1 week away from the biggest event of the wrestling year, Starrcade. Before we start tonight's show, I want to deliver some news to all of you. I'll start with an exciting announcement for Starrcade. Seeing as though Starrcade promises to be the biggest event of the year, we felt the need to deliver an exciting new match for you all. So it's my pleasure to announce that Starrcade will host the first ever Chicago Street War. Now you might be asking yourselves, what is a Chicago Street War? A Chicago Street War is a match, a 20-man match. Each man will receive a number from 1 to 20, determining their entrance number, with a new man being added to the match every 90 seconds. The only way to be eliminated is to be eliminated by pinfall or submission. It's a 20-man elimination match, and anything goes, hence the name Street War. Now there is a catch. The winner of this match will earn a match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of All In 2. 9 months in advance, they will be in the main event of All In 2. The pressure is on. Not only that, but there will only be 10 wrestlers from the NWA Chicago roster allowed to compete in this match in order to give a more fair opportunity to the industry as a whole. So I'm going off script here because it didn't let me write anything more for this promo, so I have to go off script for the entire rest of this thing. Hopefully it goes well. Now, that's not it for Starrcade. My second announcement of the evening. After Starrcade, NWA Chicago, for the first time, will start touring the United States. That's right, we're bringing NWA Chicago to a city near you. Not only those 2 huge announcements, but I have a third. I have a lot of business ventures currently going on. Because of that, I'm not able to see the day-to-day operations and week-to-week operations of NWA Chicago as consistently as I would hope. Because of this, at NWA Chicago, I will be appointing a commissioner, a liaison between myself and the NWA. This person will have power to make matches, to hire and fire superstars and wrestlers as he sees fit, and this person will be controlling the company from day to day. Now I'll see you all at Starrcade. 30 E+, so a lot to dissect from this segment here from Billy Corgan. He announces the first ever Chicago Street War, so I didn't want to do a Royal Rumble. What I'd wanted to do was an Aztec Warfare style match, but obviously Aztec Warfare doesn't really work with the whole NWA Chicago vibe, so I felt like a Chicago Street War was a good name for the match. It's basically Aztec Warfare. Sue me, Lucha Underground, but I really, really like the idea. The winner gets an NWA World Heavyweight Championship match at All In. 9 months before the show, we will know who will be one of the participants in the main event at least. 10 wrestlers who are not contracted to the roster will be in the match of the 20. I think that's very exciting. Another thing he forgot to add is there will be a few matches tonight. Every match tonight will determine competitors in the match. The winners will be in the first ever Chicago Street War. Now we move on to touring. I like the idea of touring now that we're starting to draw a crowd in Chicago. We can always come back to Chicago. I think that I'm going to run one show a month in the NWA arena still, but I also like the idea of touring. It's weird. NWA Chicago constantly gets its momentum reset to 0 at the beginning of each month, and I want to say that that's because we keep losing the regional battle, but we keep coming in second and third out of like 7 companies in the regional battle. And no one else has a momentum as low as ours. The lowest momentum that I could find in the regional battle against us is like a 20 or a 30. But we're sitting at like 7-0 each month. We hit 7 by the end of the month and then 0 on the first. So I'm hoping that we can alleviate some of that loss of momentum by touring, bringing it to different places. But also that will bring the size up a little bit quicker than just constantly running out of Chicago and the Great Lakes region. Now, the third thing, the appointment of a commissioner, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's something that I've been talking about for a while now, is bringing in a commissioner since Billy Corgan, this promo as an example, is absolutely horrible at giving promos because he is not over, nor does he have great mic skills. So, the appointment of a commissioner was an easy one, and the appointment at Starrcade really lets me give it a big feel. Who is the big star that's going to come in to NWA Chicago and be the commissioner? I wonder. There's a lot of names that have floated back and forth. There was a lot of guys I wanted but wasn't able to sign. But we'll see what happens at Starrcade. In a bout that had subpar wrestling in Little Heat, Argos, Argenis, and Magnus defeated Brian Pillman Jr., David Starr, and JT Dunn in 16-11 when Argenis defeated Brian Pillman Jr. by pinfall with a triple jump moonsault. In terms of in-ring work, Argenis was head and shoulders above everyone else. Match got the crowd hotter. Not great for everyone not named Argenis. Magnus was pretty good too, so was David Starr, but the rest of them, 30s. 43D for the match, though. Very happy with that. So Argos, Argenis, and Magnus will be in the Chicago Street War next week on Starrcade. Toni Storm is entering the NWA arena. As she makes her way down the entry ramp, Alpha Female runs from behind and attacks her on the entryway. She grabs Toni Storm by the hair and throws her back first into the guardrails at ringside. She picks up Toni Storm by the hair and then throws her head first into the ring post. Alpha Female bends down into the face of Toni Storm and screams, "You will not beat me. I am Alpha Female. I am dominant." Alpha Female grabs Toni and hits a powerbomb onto the apron of the ring. She then walks to the back and stops at the top of the entryway to look back and stare down Toni Storm ahead of their match at Starrcade. So the bully Alpha Female has returned from her suspension only to absolutely destroy Toni Storm just 6 days before they meet at Starrcade. 46C, Toni Storm came across well because she was selling. Alpha Female was entertainment, but this was still a very good women's segment. Very happy with it. In our second qualifying match of the night, in about that subpar wrestling and Little Heat, Odinson and Perro defeated the Hooligans in 10-29 when Odinson defeated Devin Cutter by submission. Odinson carried the match, 44 for Odinson, 32 for Perro, and a 34 for both of the Hooligans. 42D for this match. Odinson and Perro have now qualified for the Chicago Street War. We cut backstage where Sangre del Mal are sitting in a dimly lit room, and Colon says, "Next week, we face a renegade group of ragtags in a War Games match. Billy Corgan decided to lock us in a cage with them. Come on, Billy. Don't you know caged animals are the most dangerous? Sangre y oro. That's what we're here for. That's what I've said since the day I was here. Next week, our hands are going to be covered in blood. And you all think you've seen violence, but we're going to show you exactly what real violence is. Next week is our warning shot. A warning shot to tell everyone else in the NWA to stay the hell out of our way. We're going to show everyone that we mean business. We're here to stay. And if you don't like that, well, just watch War Games next week to preview your future. That's going to be pretty cool. 48D plus for Sangre del Mal, as Cologne cuts a great promo here. It was based on Cologne's microphone and the rest of their entertainment stats. 48D plus, very happy with that. As Sangre del Mal, if you'll recall, didn't even mean to rhyme there, will face the Assyrian Portal, Scarlet Bordeaux, and Flip Gordon in War Games next week at Starrcade. In a poor match, Tyler Bate defeated Joe Hendry in 18-12 by pinfall with a Tyler Driver 97. This was a storytelling match as Tyler Bate, if you'll remember, lost 2 matches to Joe Hendry for the NWA World Television title, but now gets his win here and qualifies for Chicago Street War at Starrcade. 40D minus, 39 for Tyler Bate, 33 for Joe Hendry. Happy with that match. Tyler Bate qualifies. A video is shown hyping up the Lucha Brothers versus the Motor City Machine Guns. 49D plus for that one. I wasn't sure what to do promo-wise between these two teams, so I felt like a video showcasing both of their high-flying, great tag team abilities would be the way to go here. 49D plus, that proves me kind of right, but not super right, as it was a good segment, but not a great segment. In a decent match, Rey Horus defeated Sammy Guevara in 10-19 by pinfall with a 450 splash. Rey Horus qualifies for Chicago Street War. Sammy Guevara will be sitting on the sidelines. 60C for this match. Both men performed to a 56 in this high spots match. So the purpose here was to put 2 high flyers. Really, I feel like most of the matches, the outcome was pretty obvious based on who was in it, but here, Sammy Guevara and Rey Horus, both of whom are hot high flyers. Sammy Guevara has been super hot as of late on NWA Main Event Showcase. He went not pretty far. He made it to the quarterfinals, I think, in the Starrcade Classic versus Rey Horus. Rey Horus hasn't had a lot of momentum, but he gets a big win here to qualify for Chicago Street War. I think this is his first pinfall or submission victory in the company. So Rey Horus, wish you the best of luck next week. Sammy Guevara, better luck next year. Big things are coming for you, buddy. I can feel it. The big guy comes down to the ring with a microphone in hand, and he says, "I've never been given a real chance. Not here, not in other companies. I've been told I have a bad attitude, bad intentions. I've been fired and told I wouldn't make it. I've been put down by every single person I've met in this industry. Next week, I get to prove to everyone that I do belong here. I get to compete for the most prestigious championship in wrestling, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Or at least that's how it would look on paper. But reality is going to look far different than paper. I'm going to come out here next week and beat the ever-living hell out of Cody. I don't care about competition, I don't care about prestige, and I sure as hell don't care about your legacy, Cody. All I care about is being champion and the extra money that comes with it. That's why I'm here. I could be at the top of any athletic industry I wanted, but I chose wrestling because it's so easy. You look at me and you look at them. Just the size difference alone would tell you what's gonna happen. I could throw around anyone in this business like a rag doll if I wanted to. All I need is the opportunity. That's why I've been held back, because promoters, owners, wrestlers, they're afraid of me. They're afraid of what I can do in this ring when given a chance. But next week, all those years of fear come to fruition when I end Cody's NWA World Heavyweight Championship run, but I also end Cody. See you there, Cody. 79B for the big guy here as he cuts a vicious promo on Cody before their match at Starrcade. So I would have loved to have Cody come down here and cut a promo as well, but you know, Cody is wrestling in 0-1 right now, so he's not available for the show. Makes me kind of want to take the title off of him. We'll see. He's not really complying with management. We'll see what happens at Starrcade. Now for the show as a whole, I wanted to say we were going to get a D+, but with this incredibly strong ending segment here, I think this is the best segment we've ever had on the show. I'm going to say that we got a C- for the show, just because this last segment was so strong, but I still have tempered expectations that we could get a D+. But with optimism in my heart, I'm going to say a C-. Oh, we did get a C-. I am actually completely shocked that, wow, we did not deserve a C- in all honesty. Well, we did have the Horus and Sammy Guevara match, so 2 out of 9 segments that were... Okay, I can see it now why we got a C-. I agree. Used Brian Pillman far too much, Magnus was slightly overused, Argos was slightly overused, and the show increased our popularity in 18 regions. Very happy with that. Now, let's see what we got on television. Alright, so that episode of NWA Main Event Showcase was held, as always, in the NWA Arena in Chicago, Illinois, in front of 1,775 fans. On television, we got a .08, 61,750 viewers, a very healthy viewership, headed into the biggest show of the wrestling year. We are so trying to make a hard impact here, get all the eyes on us. We have a lot of eyes on us right now. The viewership keeps going up each and every week. And Starrcade is going to be a very big and very telling show for the future of this company. 56 C-. I can't wait for it. I will see you guys there. The next episode, episode number 25, it could not be more fitting, will be Starrcade. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys then.